Good evening, and it's a pleasure, I think, being able to speak to mainly South African-based investors. It's also a pleasure always following our previous speaker, because most of the Zimbabwean issues that I normally have to deal with are then dealt with. All I would like to do is reinforce very strongly some of the previous comments that have been made about Zimbabwe, and perhaps if I could just leave this as a thought, that Zimbabwe has been very upfront in stating what it expects and what it requires. It's a policy that is clear, that we all understand. We may not necessarily like it. We may like even less the way it is being implemented, but we know what it is. And there is a consistent situation that is much easier to deal with and understand than some of the variability, I think, for want of a better word, that one sees in many other, not only African, but perhaps some Southeast Asian and perhaps some other parts of the world. So it is a stable environment, and we're comfortable with it where we are. Which one? This one? Wow, it moved in the right direction too. Would you like to just all read the disclaimer, and I'll pause for a moment? Okay. Premier African Minerals has been around for some time. We were listed in December 2012, but the company is 7-8 years old. We have a number of properties in West Africa and also in Southern Africa, primarily in Zimbabwe. I'm going to focus mainly on the later stage or emerging and developing property in Zimbabwe. And top of that list is, in fact, our property at RHA, Tungsten. If I can just say that this is all available off our website. All these presentations, every report, we have a very detailed website that sets out everything that is there. Zimbabwe. We have a number of projects in Zimbabwe. You can see them listed there. Northwest corner of Zimbabwe, close to Vic Falls. It's a delightful place to go to get to it, just fly to Vic Falls. Drive down to Wangi. It's a lovely tarred road, no problem at all. It takes us about an hour and 3/4 from Vic Falls to get to the RHA property. And you can see that we centered in an interesting and very prospective area. The different projects in Zimbabwe, very briefly, Zulu project is lithium and tantalum. This is massive lithium mineralization. The Globe project, graphite, we had a press release a couple of days ago. It also is potentially a polymetallic district that we're looking at, the Tindi fluorspar, Kateti rare earths. Moving on to RHA Tungsten, this is our main focus. I've shown you where the project is located. This is a wolframite historic mine. This was originally held by Falconbridge and others. The mine was abandoned during the Bush Wars in the late 1970s. At that stage, there was significant underground development that had already taken place. However, as seems to be a bit of a situation in Zimbabwe, there was not a lot of traditional historic exploration, and this goes back to the way title was held. But we set about drilling this property, which had never been drilled before. We've developed a significant resource. It's set up there, measured and indicated, 1.55 million tons at a composite grade of just under 8 kgs per ton, 0.8%. If one compares that grade, that wolframite grade, to other producers or other potential producers and other developers, you'll find that it is significantly higher. I also just must say that that resource that we have at the moment is representative of a very small component of what we believe RHA is really composed of. To bring this into production in the Zimbabwe environment, we've adopted a low-cost open pit strategy. And the development of that has been subjected to pretty detailed and robust studies. It's largely financed. It's under construction as I stand here at the moment. We're sitting in a situation where we have 16 weeks, I believe it is, to first production. Our plant has been ordered. It's under construction, under build here in Johannesburg. It's due for shipment up to Zimbabwe on the 11th of May. At site, the civils contractor is appointed. Most of our camp construction is complete. Now, in addition to that, over the last couple of months, we have dewatered the historic underground workings of RHA, which had flooded. And we've recently been able to access that. The resource that was described as a reserve, in fact, by Falcon Bridge, obviously non-compliant today, we have been able to view. It is intact. The condition of the underground workings, considering it's 50 years old plus, considering it was flooded, is exceptional. The stability is exceptional. We have channel sampled these historic mineralization. Some of the results are coming in at the moment. They are confirming the older data that we have, and we expect in very short order to be able to add to the existing resource, to add this in almost at reserve category in very short order. So, summarizing this, and I'm sorry it's rushed, there's not a lot of time, but summarizing this initial open pit strategy, which over a 22-month is going to put us in a position to have fully funded the underground development. The production rate that we're anticipating is approximately 92 ton of concentrate on a monthly basis. In the tungsten environment, approximately 6,000 metric ton units per month. Our cost of production per metric ton unit sitting at $89 per metric ton. At this moment in time, in a depressed price, the anticipated selling price per metric ton unit is still in excess of $200 that we will net. European ammonium paratungstate prices that this is priced off are running at $300 more or less at the moment. So we anticipate first production in June 2015. The open pit, does that say time's up? She says time's up. That's the open pit which has been modeled just very, very quickly. This is all available off the website. Early production development strategy is set out. Startup capital requirements are there. We are fully funded, but for a remaining $2 million, which we are confident that we will secure within the next couple of weeks. That's not delaying development and our targets to get into production. Thanks very much. I'd love to carry on for a while.